So RFK, you mentioned RFK earlier, yep. Secretary of Health and Human Services, RFK Jr. He is now trying to end, I know we've talked about it before on the show, but he's trying to end pharmaceutical advertisements by making them unfeasible to produce. And I would say, too bad we didn't have RFK in 2023 to avoid this super gay abomination. Watch.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell.
Yeah, we know you're fat. We know you have diabetes. It's fine. Now, do you guys watch that and you're like, wow, these fat people are dancing. I want to take that drug. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why they do this.
Bizarre mind. No, I love your mind.
It's just like,
I think this is going to be a battle for him, though. They're going to fight him like heck.
Well, it's a lot of money that's invested in it.
They're going to fight him like heck.
But I mean, you look at that commercial and that's just a perfect representation of why RFK is doing this. They've got this high production value. They've got musical theater. Now, I don't think it's appealing, but clearly the point is to appeal to people by using this cutesy little song. And it masks the really brief mention of all of these dangerous side effects.
Yeah.
You don't hear that. You just hear the music and you're like,
skin's going to melt off by day 90. Your skin may melt off. Your organs may eat on another. I mean.
Right. And also
the average price spend is close to $3 million per commercial.
That's nuts.
$3 million.
That's crazy. Even over at CNN where no one's watching. It probably goes down for that.
Not placing the ad, actually making the ad.
Oh, making
shooting it.
Oh my God.
Just shooting it. That's what the marketing spend. No, the marketing spend is massive.
Yeah, well, and that one in particular and so many others, it's like, listen, I was calling them fat. I'm just poking fun. If you are overweight, please don't email me telling me, but let me tell you why I'm different. I'm just joking. I used to be 100 pounds heavier. I lost the weight naturally. You can too. Okay. And so I take personal offense to this. Like, just take a pill. Here, just take a pill. Like, all of those women were obese and they need to consider lifestyle changes rather than taking a pill just to get rid of their diabetes. And so RFK is trying to, this is what he wants to do, require drug makers to be completely transparent about the side effects of their products, because including all the side effects in all of these TV ads is going to increase the runtime. So that's going to make them more costly. And he's already saying how much it's costing just to make the commercial, okay? Plus, the consumer hears all of this, all of these crazy, absurd side effects that they could get, and maybe they think twice. Like, I don't know, let's watch another one, like this absurd Pfizer commercial for Chantix from like 15 years ago. Watch.
Some people have had changes in behavior, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, and suicidal thoughts or actions while taking or after stopping Chantix. If you notice agitation, hostility, depression, or changes in behavior, thinking, or mood that are not typical for you, or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions, stop taking Chantix and call your doctor right away. Talk to your doctor about any history of depression or other mental health problems, which can get worse while taking Chantix. Some people can have allergic or serious skin reactions to Chantix, some of which can be life-threatening. If you notice swelling of face, mouth, throat, or a rash, stop taking Chantix and see your doctor right away. That's what would have to happen. Tell your doctor which medicines you're taking as they may work differently.
1,000%.
Chantix dosing may be
because there are that many side effects.
The most common side effect
associated with all of these drugs. They're still going.
Yeah, but nobody's talking about now the interlacing of the drugs. If you take drug A with drug C, nobody's telling you what happens when you take this in combination because you're buying it from a TV ad.
Sure, yeah.
You see your doc, and this doc prescribed A, and that doc C, and it's a medicated culture. This is where we're at.
Well, Chantix is for smoking cessation, to get you to stop smoking. So they're like, do you want to smoke or do you want to die? I don't know are your options, because that sounded pretty dangerous.
Also, most people who are like addicted to smoking cigarettes are going to have a little bit of frustration and depression anyway. If they're trying to get off of it, they're going to be a little bit irritable, a little bit more irritable than they were if they had a cigarette. You know?
Yeah, this worked once. They got the tobacco industry completely silenced in this country. I think RFK can pull it off, but he's going to need major help in Congress. He's going to need some heavyweights help him.
Yeah,
I disagree with that. I think we should bring back. We were a much healthier, classier, better society when everyone smoked cigarettes.
No.
I come from a country.
I'm just
No
gonna
way.
throw that out there. But
the two countries.
Kids don't smoke.
Before,
Kids
fine,
don't smoke.
fine.
No.
But before the smoking ban,
No.
you look at the beaches back in the day.
I
of-
don't disagree with you
Lots
there.
of skinny people everywhere.
I don't disagree with you there, but that's not from
You look
smoking,
nowadays,
Logan.
and they are a lot.
That's
a
from
lot
the
bigger.
food.
They're a
That's
lot
the
bigger.
food.
Logan.
It's the poison in the
I come from a
food.
country that still today, is one of the highest per capita smoking nations. South Africans smoke because they're stressed through the hilt, okay?
I just drink for that.
And the Arabs, do you know the Arabs smoke like crazy?
Really?
Yeah, the highest Gen Z class of smokers
Have they heard about whiskey?
are Arabs. No, I don't know. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I don't know if they have. But no, we cannot, good gracious. Nicotine is making a huge comeback. There's a lot of ads online for the benefits of nicotine to combat a lot of things, but nicotine
it's
patches.
a healthier delivery.
For me,
system,
there's
right?
nothing uglier than a woman with a cigarette in her mouth.
That is fine. I'm fine with it. I agree with that.
So
but
only the men.
Only men. Only men.
only the men.
children.
No. I'm being very serious.
I'm serious.
This country was built on alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
That's fair.
Our national heritage is built on alcohol, tobacco, and
Yeah.
firearms.
That's fair, but we
And
didn't know the
and I
damage
am
that tobacco
an American,
did.
I'm a true American who appreciates them, and I will not hear this slander against cigarettes.
Do you smoke?
I used to. I just do Zyn now. I smoked cigarettes. I've smoked a decent amount.
But have you seen my dad smoke Camels, and he smoked 2 packs a day? I mean,
gross.
forever, right? So I South Africans smoke like crazy. Not all,
I'm not
but
recommending 2 packs a day.
I hear
but
you,
I
I
think
hear
a
you.
cigarette occasionally can be a wonderful thing.
But have you heard of nicotine as a? It's weird. Nicotine as a treatment. Nicotine patches is there's a
Yes.
resurgence.
Yes, I have.
resurgence in nicotine as a treatment.
Well, and that's
against
why
a lot of ailments,
That's why, like Logan's talking
particularly
about
autism.
Zen. Yeah.
Talking
Yes.
about nicotine
yes.
for
I read
autism.
that. Yes, I read that. Logan's talking about Zen, and I mean the whole idea behind that, which, by the way, kind of embarrassing that you're not using Tucker's company.
Tucker's a
I
big
do,
promoter.
but
Kind of embarrassing.
I
that
really,
you're
really,
using Zen.
I do, but I
it a
really,
bad
really
product?
Can't believe you
no,
just
it's good.
admitted that.
It's good, but I need instant gratification, and with Tucker's, you still have to order them online, so you have to wait like a week or two. For them to get
you
there.
can go to the
And
gas station.
I buy like a
Jeez.
can of them every day. So
Oh my gosh, Logan!
yeah,
It takes a lot of nicotine to shitpost the way that Logan
Let me help
does.
you here. The man is advocating for he's at least he's honest.
I'm a good salesman.
You are good. Yeah. No, yeah, I appreciate that. You are, and you didn't hide it. And
But you know,
I'm just giving you crap.
Listen, my first Waffle House I ever walked into America in 2001 was I never knew what a Waffle House was. So someone thought it was funny. It was a joke. Take you to Waffle House, and I'm thinking it's a breakfast joint, which it is. But nobody tells me. This woman walks up 2001, a cigarette's hanging out of her mouth while serving me food, and she goes, "What do you want?"
she sounds like a patriot.
Throws a plate on
That's pure
throws a
America,
plate
baby.
on the table. The egg slides off the plate
That's pure America.
onto the table. I'm like, "Merca, baby."
That is
Here we
so
are.
gross.
No, but a cigarette hanging out of a woman's mouth.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, so the idea behind Zen is that it's supposed to be a healthier delivery mechanism for nicotine, right?
Yeah.
And like, listen, I get it. I don't want to deprive you of your nicotine. There's just the smoking.
No,
is
and to
disgusting.
and to bring this
smell and the secondhand
round this
smoke
out,
and-
I think RFK even uses Zins.
He
I'm
does.
pretty sure he's an advocate for a little bit of nicotine there, so
Yeah.
it's good. But I think this would be sort of a death blow to. I support this just for the reason that I think this would be a death blow to a lot of the mainstream cable networks because basically every single
The
one of
capital
their
companies.
advertisements are just Big Pharma advertisements.
That's a really good point.
So I
Yes.
think we should, if for nothing else, I'll still stick to my, I
Sure.
believe in the tobacco industry. People always ask, like, do you stand with Ukraine or Israel or Palestine? I stand with big tobacco. Okay, I do. But yes, if RFK is able to accomplish this and sink the lamestream media, then I'm all for
But
it.
that is not just mainstream media. The NFL will take a hit.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll have to really rethink. I mean, seriously, this is almost like Big Pharma. And it is Big Pharma.
It is
but
Big
it's-
Pharma.
But it's big media combined with Big Pharma.
Yes, it is. Well, and so that's
it's
why
big money.
Yes.
Also, I'm pretty sure we're one of the only countries in the entire world that allows pharmaceutical companies to advertise.
Nobody else.
Products.
Yeah, nobody else allows this. Yeah. We're just the dumb
Even
ones.
the crazy Europeans don't allow you to do it.
No. Yeah. And what also ends up happening is that all of these lamestream media networks are not investigating any of these drugs, any of these pharmaceutical companies, because they're the ones that are paying the bills.
It's 100% safe and effective.
You know, they've got an inventory and they sell slots.
I know.
They sell advertising slots.
I know, and they're like, well, we can't investigate Pfizer. They've just given us $3 billion in the last year. So, exactly. But so a couple other points here on this, because I think that this is, I did not know this, actually. As much as I look into Big Pharma, I did not know that currently pharmaceutical ads are 100% tax deductible. So they can make these ads and then they can just write it off.
That's insane.
That's totally insane.
Does it have to run through a nonprofit? That's insane.
No, it just says that he wants to now deny, he wants to change it. He wants to deny them the right to use these ads as tax write-offs.
Actually, you just don't make it anymore, because then the tax exempt thing will go away. If they're not allowed to make them,
right,
then you don't need to give them a tax break.
And there was $10.8 billion last year that was spent on direct-to-consumer pharma advertising. Drug makers spent a combined $729.4 million to run TV commercials for the top 10 brands in just the first 3 months of this year.
That's how big this is. Yep, absolutely. It's an indoctrination. It's 100% an indoctrination, right? And so, man, if RFK can get this done,
I know.
It'll shake up a whole bunch of industries. Media companies, CNN for sure. But
and then cigarettes are making a comeback.
No, not happening.
Just go get a Zyn. I don't want to smell. I don't want to smell.
I don't want to deprive you of your nicotine. I just don't want your secondhand smoke to go to my kids and to smell like. That's why I don't like to eat Mexican food. Why do I have to smell? Can't they do something in those restaurants so I don't smell like the burrito when I walk out? What's the deal? I want to eat the food. I want to smell like a burrito.
You're looking at me. I don't know what you...
You should have answers.
You're asking Gonzales.
I'm asking Gonzales.
No, I don't know why it sticks to you like that, but I like it.
I need some vents in the kitchen or something.
I know. You're right. It's like the refried beans just stick to
comments
you.
to this show is
come out your
epic.
pores. That's
all the smokers are coming out in the comment section.
By the way, it's just the U.S. and New Zealand.
Yeah.
Those are the only countries that allow pharmaceutical companies to advertise directly to the public. Like, that's crazy.
It should tell you something.
It should tell you a whole hell of a lot, especially with how much money they're
He's talking about sinking an industry. That's an industry on its own. Outside of pharma, just media in pharma is an industry.
Listen. And by the way, this isn't harming them from... People will still go to their doctor, and their doctor, because their doctor knows nothing about nutrition, will just be like, oh, here's a pill you can take. The doctor's still going to do that. So we're not trying to deprive you of your crappy, 10 million medications per day lifestyle. You just can't advertise it onto. That's all we're saying.
I've asked myself this question: how many true, actual, undiagnosed hypochondriacs do we have in this country? Because they watch an ad and they go, "I've got that.
I have that.
I have that."
Okay, but what if
it's an indoctrination?
I had a lump on my head, and then earlier this week, and I was.
And you go to your doctor. You don't listen to an ad.
I was like, I'm dying.
No.
Do you read
WebMD?
Dying.
Stop reading WebMD.
I did Google it, and I was like, I'm dying.
But
it's okay. I'm not, because it's gone down now, and it only hurts a little bit. So guys, it was a false alarm. Okay, Dr. Google is here to tell you.
What Dr. Google didn't tell her, she's got a body with lymph nodes, and they get inflamed. What in the world?
Or cancer. I don't know. Who's to say? If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, come on, you know you do. Click here.